All right, all right. Hello, hello. My name is Brandon, and this is my little workshop. I'm really finding it difficult to get started with this filming stuff. I find it to be very energy draining, to say the least. I can easily sew a 40 centimeter double zigzag stitch by hand that might take me 2 hours, and I actually feel invigorated. It's sort of a meditation. But when it comes to talking into the camera, there's just something about it that feels like it's sucking my energy. That being said, I feel like it also is a little necessary to add these sorts of little videos to the website and to share with people so they can get to know me a little bit better, see that I'm a real person, see that, I'm one guy making bags by hand, literally hand powered with an awl. And this is my design. This is the Utilis EDC 1, and it is a extremely practical, thought out bag for everyday carry. But the point of this video is I really just wanted to say a little bit about myself. I'm 40, I'll be 43 in November, and I'm married. I got married in 2019 to my wife Elsa. So I guess we're going on 6 years. Nice. It'll be 6 years in September. And we live here in northern Portugal. She's Portuguese, and we met actually in southern India, where we currently, for 6 months out of the year, we manage a yoga retreat center. We have 30 rooms, 2 minutes walk to the beach, 3 swimming pools. We got, we do brunch and dinner and yoga twice a day and evening activity, all this stuff we manage. We have like 1,500 people that come through every season, and the season runs from about October, 1st of October to the end of April. So it's about 7 months actually. This season will be there from the 3rd of November. So, let's see, what else? I love bike packing. I've made all of my bike bags, my frame bag, my handlebar bag. I make all of our little wallets and accessories for our bags. I made all these bags. I love bag making. It started about in 2018. Crazily enough, I was up on this mountainside in the north of India, and I was walking by myself on a trail, and I come up next to this river that's flowing down the mountainside, and I'm there, and it had rained quite a lot recently, and I looked down, and in this bush there was like an old school backpack, like totally in this bush, waterlogged, dirty, just. Yeah, I look down and I see it, and I just got this thought, maybe I could take that and make a bag out of it. I mean, it's just kind of a crazy sort of thought, but I ended up getting the bag, taking it back to my little apartment, drying it out, cutting it up, cleaning it, and I ended up with some panels that I turned into the first bag that I made. I ended up taking it to a little tailor down in the village. I found some webbing and let's see, a few little like buckles and things, and just added it, and that was the first bag I made. And since then I have just kept going and going with that. Not too long later, I learned how to sew with just a needle and a thimble, and I was making bags. I was so obsessed. I was going to sleep thinking about the bag, and then waking up at 6 in the morning trying to make that bag until the evening. I was sewing all day long. I was killing my fingers because I was sewing with only a needle, and I was doing a basic stitch in and out. in, in and out. I didn't know what I was doing. I just had like some sort of drive for it, and I was on this mission to make this bag that I knew I could make somehow, but I just didn't know what it was at the time. So I kept trying and trying and trying and trying for a couple of years. And then around late 2020, I learned about the awl and the Speedy Stitcher, as this is from Cellrite. And I ended up learning about things like 1680D ballistic nylon and 1000D Cordura. Long story short, I ended up buying these items and making my first bag, which I don't have here. Elsa has it in the house. That was an amazing experience. The first part of COVID, let's see, it was like December, it was like January 2021, right at the beginning of our next 2 years of the pandemic. And here I was in this, and it was wintertime. I had the fabrics, I had the tool, I had everything I needed, and I took my sweet, sweet time and made what I thought at the time, and Elsa still thinks, is like the most badass EDC bag. Completely overkill with multiple layers of 1680D ballistic nylon and Cordura and crazy big seam allowances that were just, this bag is virtually indestructible. 5mm D-ring, steel D-rings that I had fabricated down the road here. Just a beast of a bag. So I was obsessed with that bag for a couple years, and then I learned about lightweight fabrics like VX21. I learned about this, and I was like, oh my goodness, this sounds amazing. Waterproof waterproof fabric, super strong, super lightweight, easy to sew. And around sometime in 2022, around summertime, July, I ended up going to the USA, and long story short, I ended up buying some VX21 fabric in black and some X50 tactical in black, and this is the bag that I ended up making. I had this idea that I wanted a big crossbody bag, messenger bag, super lightweight, incredibly strong, and this is what I made. Magnetic buckles, amazing big opening, and then I wanted to keep it as simple as possible. Big back pocket, big front pocket, big middle pocket. That is it. With a 50mm polyester, super strong, super light webbing. Look at that strap. Cool. Amazing. I thought this was going to be too big at first, but it turns out it was perfect. So this was the next bag I made. Amazing bag. I love this bag. I ended up doing X50 tactical for the bottom and the back and the flap, and then VX21 for the rest of the body. Really cool bag. So that was my first bag into the lightweight technical fabrics. And then I made another version of this, a smaller one, and I used that for, let's see, for about a year and a half. And then about 3 months ago, Elsa was going to Paris for a training, and for a Qigong training, and she wanted to. I had just come back from America again, and I had used this bag with the smaller bag as my 1.5 bag travel. It was an amazing experience, and so Elsa was like, "Oh, let me take it to Paris." So she wanted to take this bag and my small EDC bag that goes with this, and so I was like, "Okay, I guess it's time for me to make myself a new bag, my next rendition of my perfect bag." And I already had some ideas that I wanted to do because I had learned them from the previous bags. This is it. This is it. And man, at the moment, I mean, just like all the other bags, but at the moment, I do feel like this is the perfect EDC bag for me. It's amazing. So it's 30 centimeters across, 20 centimeters tall, and 14 centimeters deep. So all of my bags, one of the key things since that first 1680D ballistic nylon bag that I made, one of the key design elements was a big bottom. Anytime I have my bag and I take it off and I put it down, I want it to stand up. I want the bag to stand up on its own every time. That was kind of the biggest point of my bag. I really hated a backpack that you'd set it down and it would fall over. Virtually all the bags you would get if you set them down, they fall over. And I'm still seeing this on all the YouTube channels, all the bag reviews. It's crazy. Like almost none of the bags stand up straight. So this bag always sits up straight. This bag, all of my bags now always sit up straight. So this is it. This is the latest bag, and this is the bag that now I feel I want to share this bag. I feel like it's something that I can make over and over again by hand, customize it to how people want it. Like you'll be able to customize you could customize where this is white, you could make it red, you could make it green, you could make it black, you could make the trimming white and the bag black. You could make the flap red and the back, you can customize each panel if you want. I'm going to make it super customizable, and the dimensions can be changed, but the overall design stays the same. You could add flaps here for the pockets, but I really discourage that. Most people, everyday carry, don't need more protection. What they need is easier access for themselves. Basically, the idea is if it's hard to get into for security reasons, it's going to be difficult for you to access it every time. And the chances of you needing the security are very low. So go with easy access, because that's what's going to be useful for you every day. So this is the design about this bag. Super easy to use. Super easy to access everything in it. I've got big hands all the way down in here. It's going to come with this pocket. This is a little envelope pocket here, and it keeps, like, I've got EDC scissors, cables, lighter, wine opener, little comb, titanium fork and spoon. And this is such a nice little thing that I made. This slips right down in the pocket, right there. So instead of having to rummage down in the pocket, you just take that out and everything's right here for you to easily access. And it just slides back in. This side I always keep my phone. And then this magnetic V-buckle, flip that over. Everything's in here for your EDC carry. So anyway, let's see. I'm here in Portugal for another, 2 months until we're leaving on the 3rd of November. And I don't know, I really want to just start being more a part of the YouTube bags creator community. I think it's so fun. I recently, about a few months ago, started watching this guy on YouTube. His bag channel is called The Perfect Bag. His name's Clint. And he's just been kind of inspiring for me to try. He seems authentic, he's just being himself. And he just has a passion for bags. I do too. And I love making bags, and I make them by hand. It seems like really no one is doing this. I use only the most badass materials. Every single stitch is literally hand done by me. And I don't know, it's just like this meditation, and you start out with this fabric and it's just laying there flat, and it's this idea, and you can turn it into something that you literally can use every single day. I freaking love that. You know, I honestly love it. I love using this bag. I really, really enjoy it. It's so nice. And recently I even switched from, I was using a 14-inch laptop and one of those new like USB-C portable flat screen monitors that, that's just a monitor and it's powered by either a power bank or the computer. And I was keeping that in here in this bigger bag, and I was using that as my workstation. I don't have a dedicated office here. I do in India, but not here. And so I'm sort of moving around, and so I was keeping it in there. And then recently, about a few months ago, I started with I got the Samsung Tab S9 Plus, 12.4 inches. This, coupled with a keyboard, and coupled with voice typing and the AI tools that we have now, and coupled with my phone as well, I have my mobile office all in this bag. So I always keep my tablet, keyboard, my little EDC items that I need, lighter, knife, nail clipper, I've got a bit driver, I've got a little pliers, all kinds of stuff, cables, flashlights, grocery bag, water bottle, little hoodie that I keep in here, little sleeveless hoodie, power bank, point and shoot camera, the Basius 100 watt USB-C charger, and in this front pocket I keep headphones. I always keep a nice little microfiber towel. I mean, it's just like everything is in there. I love it. Anyway, so I want to share that. I want to start sharing this. I've got my website going. I'm going to get it finished. I have the channel in progress, YouTube channel, and I'm just gonna start sharing it, and I want to see basically if I can get any orders at all. I would love for someone to connect with me, see my work, and say, look, I love this style, I love the bag, I would like to customize it like this, and me and them have a conversation and, share with each other what we're thinking. They tell me what they're wanting, we talk about it, and I make them virtually a one-of-one customized bag. Now, the overall design, same, but they will be able to customize colors and trimming and thread color, either white or black, and possibly some other things. We'll have to talk about it. But I love the idea of maybe connecting with somebody that would want one of these, And like I said, I'm 43 years old. We're managing this center in India. We've been doing it 3 years. I don't know how many more years that's going to last. And I want to I'm passionate about this. And I feel like it's something that I can do ongoing as I keep getting older, I mean, and things always change, this might not last forever, but I like the idea, and I could imagine myself continually to get better and better. And if I do keep growing with it and people want my bags, the idea that I'll do, sort of the change that I'll do is the seams that are on the inside, all the inside seams, all the long seams, I'll start doing those with a machine in the future, because they take a long time. Like this bag took, with the accessories, with this accessory here, this insert, and with this bag took about 30 hours, which, that's a long time. That's a good amount of time. At $15 an hour, that's about $450. So it's a good amount of time. So if I did get traction and I was selling, you know, had more demand, I could do all the stitches that you don't really see with a machine, and then do the stitching that you do see by hand. I think that would be a good balance probably going forward. So at first I'm planning on doing maybe, you know, 1 to 3 bags a month. That's kind of, you know, I'll start with just hoping maybe I could get one. I think just one would be super cool. In fact, the first one I'm doing is my wife. She wants one just like this, although a little bit smaller, but she wants it made out of this X50 Tactical. So I'm gonna make her out of, this is X50 Tactical. This is VX21. This is 210 denier, this is 500 denier. The bag I'm going to make her, so I'm going to basically customize her one of these with the fabric that she wants, in the color that she wants, with the stitching that she wants. So I'm about to start on that. I'm waiting for the fabric to come in now. And I'm going to try to video some more of that process. Because it's like running. I'm a runner. I love to go on long runs. But, you know, like filming that kind of, I mean, it kind of ruins myself in the moment. And when I'm stitching, like, it's such a meditation. Sort of the last thing I want to do is have to worry about the camera and recording and positioning the bag in the right way. And sometimes when you're, you know, when I'm sewing, I've got weights in here, and I'm, you know, I've got it positioned in a way that's like, you know, it's difficult. It's a difficult position to be in, and getting the camera in the right angle would be even more difficult. And it kind of just, there's a really a joy of the process of actually being in the moment and actually making each stitch. And I don't want to really be out of that. So, you know, let's see how it goes. I'm gonna keep trying. What else can I do? But you know, if I don't try, then I mean, I'm never gonna be able to connect and share, and you know, and I want to connect. I want to share. I would love for Clint to have this bag and be like, oh my God, you know, I'm using it every day. It's amazing. I love it. I know that's crazy. And if Clint ever sees this, he's going to be like, this guy's crazy. And it might seem a little pretentious that I have this on right now, but it is literally, I always have it on when I'm sewing. Because you're always, you know, measuring things and making sure it's correct. And I don't know. My wife is probably listening to me right now. I told her I was going to try this, and she says go for it. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. See you. Ciao.